In the shadow of the chaparral, right alone. Past whiskey bottles and bones, under the moon's sullen tone. Ghost town echoes of my steed's haunted moan. Dust devils dance where the cursed winds have blown. Beneath the 6 bullets of fate, my heart lies somewhere cold. Each laid kiss a tale of vengeance, each story untold. Silver badges and blackened hearts all sold for a handful of dust in this land so old. A silhouette on the horizon, a love once pure, turned traitor beneath the gold rush lure. In the churchyard where the cross is burned, she laid with my dreams in the bitter earth they turned. Beneath the 6 bullets of fate, under the endless sky, the desert holds secrets, old lovers and lies. A gallows shadow in the noonday sun where my path lies. Each step forward, another memory dies. Forgotten graves, I heard the trains cry, like a mourning preacher to a sinner's side. The truth struck hard, as harsh as a desert storm. In the mirror was the outlaw, shadow I'd worn. Beneath the 6 bullets of fate, I find my release. With each pull of the trigger, a whisper of peace. In the dust I lay, where the old ghosts roam. Beneath the 6 bullets of fate, I'm finally home. Out where the wild sagebrush blows, underneath that crimson sky's foreboding glow, there's a path tread bare by boots and crows, whiskey bottle buried where the cold wind moans. The echoes of train whistle, ghostly and low, mark the miles of the damned and those they chose. Blood on the lonely road, shadows stretch and bend, whispers of the vengeful, the beginning starts at the end. Every step I take, each mile I roam, is a tale of dust and bones on this cursed trail alone. once knew love sweet as desert rain. Her laughter now just whispers across this haunted plain. A church once stood holy and bright, now just charred ruins under the moon's pale light. Promises made, sworn in the heat of the night, betrayed by the dawn, left to reckon with spite. Blood on the lonely road where silence holds rain, ghosts of the past and every footprint remain. With each faded cross under skies overthrown, I walk this cursed path forever alone. In the mirror of night, my bloodshot eyes meet a ghost. The man I once was, now just a whisper smoke in this land of forgotten graves and unspoken fears. I face the sins of my past through the trails of tears. This tale's mine to own. In the dust of revenge, my fate's etched in stone. Forsaken love, in the silence I tone. Forever wandering on this lonely road alone. The strings twang a mournful melody as the song closes. The image of the lone traveler disappearing into the vast, haunted expanse of the desert, his story echoing in the wind. In a ghost town where the wind whispers names, dusty streets echo with old forgotten claims. Whiskey bottles lay thrown by the church's burnt gate, a tale of betrayal and a devil's fiery hate. Oh, the devil's hand, cold and unkind, finds the back of those who've left love behind. In the silence of the desert, under a blood-red moon, he walks with shadows, singing a vengeful tune. Now there once was a lover, fair-haired and true, whose heart was stolen in a night of dew. But the lover's promise was a whispered lie, left in a grave where only crows dare fly. Oh, the devil's eyes, like burning coals, seek out the sinner to claim their souls. Through dust storms howling like a train's lonesome cry, he counts each betrayal under a starless sky. By the forgotten well he stood his ground, the devil's curse echoing without a sound. Forsaken hearts, now heed my call. Revenge be mine, just you're carrying sin, the devil's revenge, it sure will begin. In the cold night air, with every step you retrace, you'll meet your fate in this cursed silent place.
Coyotes cry. Whiskey bottles lay by the faded general store. Dust storms dance with ghosts of an outlaw band. In a town too cursed to die, but forgotten by the Lord. Oh, this cursed land holds my soul in its hand. The devil plays a tune that echoes in these sands. My heart's been lost to this desolate expanse, cursed to roam, a ghost 'neath the moon's cold glare. Tells of love's cruel sin, about a maiden fair and a gunslinger's betrayal. In her eyes a storm like the desert born, but her graves are marked where the nightingales wail. Oh, this cursed land holds my soul in its hand. Burn my dreams like the church that in silence stands. Rusted rails and a train's long forgotten wail. Haunted tracks leading back to a ghostly trail. Ghostly choir, faces from my past, in the flames they conspire. Each sip of rye brings the truth nigh. In this cursed soil we live just to die. Oh, this cursed land with its cold dead hand took all our love, buried deep where I stand. Now I embrace this forsaken haunted place. In the cursed land, embrace I'll find my peace.
sky in the town of grief, where whispered winds through the churchyard weave. A figure casts no shadow, drifts where sins are sold. Eyes like empty minds, his heart dark and cold. Boots stir the dust past saloon swinging doors. Each step he takes a silent promise of war. He rides with the devil, got a curse on his soul. A whiskey bottle for the pain no man to console. The devil's gunslinger, on a black horse he roams, hunting down betrayal in these ghostly desert homes. Once loved a girl with fire in her eyes. In a chapel of dreams they exchanged sweet lies, but love turned to ash in a blaze one night. A heart betrayed is a dangerous blight. Now he roams through towns, each a forgotten grave, a spectral rider chasing the love he couldn't save. He rides with the devil, revenge fuels his quest, haunted by her memory in the wild, wild west. The devil's gunslinger with a vow to uphold, in the land of the lost where the brave ain't so bold. Mirror of a dusty, broken saloon, he faces his demon neath the ghostly moon. His gun whispers secrets of a blood-stained path. The devil laughs softly at the aftermath. Now he's bound by blood to the barren sands, a lone cursed outlaw in the forsaken lands. The devil's gunslinger with the cold winds moan, in the heart of the desert he walks alone. Each word echoes like a train's lonesome whistle in the vast silent desert, thorny like thistle.
In the shadow of the valley where the dead towns lie, the sun bleeds crimson over dusty cries. Whiskey bottles preach in the hands of ghosts. Underneath the ashes, that's what burns the most. A train whistle moans through the cursed night air, a lonely hymn for the hearts laid bare. Beneath the ashes, there's fire still alive, eating through the memories that I can't revive. On a bed of coals where my sins confess, underneath the ashes is where I'll wear my regrets. Once had a lover with eyes so wild, built dreams in this wasteland flawed and defiled. But the church caught fire one wrathful eve, left nothing but shadows and the ghosts of belief. Promises crumble like the burnt oak beams, now her specter haunts the ruins of my dreams. Beneath the ashes, there's pain that won't die, smoldering whispers of her last goodbye. On a bed of coals where truth never rests, underneath the ashes is where I lost the best. There in the silence of the blackened plain, I face the wind and my heart's remains. Curse the land's whisper with a vengeful tone. Revenge is calling from its dusty throne. Beneath the ashes, the flames rise.
blood red sky and dead man's hollow, where whispers tell of the cursed and swallowed. Old whiskey bottles lay souls departed in this ghost town, broken, black-hearted. Wind howls through the chapel's burned remains, singing hymns of sorrow, shackles and chains. There's no mercy in the ghost town, only shadows thrive, where every man's a specter and the sins of the past survive. In the dust we wrote our treaties, in blood we broke them all. No mercy in the ghost town, just the devil's call. I loved a girl with eyes like stormy weather, in this God-forsaken town we dreamt together. But love turned to ash in the blink of a gun, her betrayal a bullet that couldn't be outrun. By the old forgotten graves I swore her name, vengeance the only keeper of my flame. There's no mercy in the ghost town, only shadows thrive, every whisper in the wind a reminder no one gets out alive. From the deceit we laid our fortunes, in betrayal we stand tall. No mercy in the ghost town, just the reaper's draw. A showdown at the break of dawn, just me and my regret. Gun smoke fills the silence of the deaths we never met. There's no mercy in the ghost town, only echoes bleed. Every step I take is haunted by my heart's unyielding creed. In the dust I'll lay my memories, in the soil I'll bury my pain. No mercy in the ghost town, where even angels refrain. In the whispering sands I find my own. No mercy in the ghost town, forever alone. Unless in the burning line, under the shadow of a hickory old and worn, smoke rises up where the heart of town was torn. A whiskey bottle lays shattered, story untold. In the burning barn, revenge unfolds so cold. No mercy in the burning barn, flames licking sky so dull. Goes to you like dust, through my fingers you pull. This cursed land whispers with the cries of the scorn. In the ember glow, only shadows dance, forever mourned. A trail of forgotten graves to broken promises led her locket by the oak, where our love once bled. Came midnight, a train whistle cut through despair. Echoes bounce off a church standing empty and no mercy in the burning barn, flames licking sky so dull. Goes to you like dust, through my fingers you pull. This cursed land whispers with the cries of the scorn. In the ember glow, only shadows dance, with the ghost of my fate. Haunted by the fires of hell, I open the gate. A showdown with the past where the truth is born. In the heart of the blaze I stand, broken and torn. No mercy in the burning barn. A gunslinger's hymn echoing across lands where hope grows dim. Take a breath, let the fire consume what's been torn. In the silence of surrender, a new resolve is born. In a ghost town where the dust storms weave, under moonlight whiskey whispers beg you to grieve. Cracked leather boots stepping over cracked clay, streets that echo tales of the runaway. Bottles clank like the chime of a haunted bell, spinning stories in this forsaken, lonesome hell. Dancing with whiskey under cursed starlight, feeling every demon that haunts the night, twirling the shadows of those who've sinned, where lost souls wander and bitter winds grin. Remnants of love like smoke from the church fire, ashes floating over a spire mired in mire. She was a vision too vivid for these barren lands, but she slipped like sand through old weathered hands. Train whistles mourn like a lover's goodbye, echoing cross plains where forgotten graves lie. Dancing with whiskey, with memories too thick, each sip a story, every gulp a trick. Spin with the ghosts of what used to be, in the silence of the desert, the only place I'm free. There at the bar saw her face in the glass, haunting the mirrors, a specter of the past. Confrontation with the soul I used to be, before revenge turned love into this dusty decree. Whiskey pour on this cursed land, I'm a ghost forevermore.
Out in the silence, under a ghost town moon, whiskey bottles lay preaching beside the saloon. A dusty wind cries through streets that forgot their names. where I dance my pains on the tracks of the midnight train. Oh, I'm dancing with the midnight train. Its wheels singing sorrow, calling out my name. In its haunting echo, I find my bane. Under the starless sky, I'm dancing with the midnight train. The chapel bells rang once in a fire's embrace. A lover's vow gone as smoke in a cold heart's trace. She left with a veil of shadow. My love turned to disdain. Now every night to that whistle I stake my claim. Oh, I'm dancing with the midnight train. Tracks wet with the weeping of old unending rain. Her ghost in the gusts through the window pane. With each whistle blow, my resolve unwinds again. There in the whistle, the echoes of my sin. The deeds at night, the fire, the fight, the gin. A reckoning's due, the past rides fierce and fast. What's lost is lost, what's done, it's meant to last. So I'm dancing with the midnight train, bearing scars too deep in love's relentless pain. Here amongst the ruins where spirits remain, I dance alone, the outlaw the night can't contain. Yes, I'm dancing forever with the midnight train. In the shadow of a ghost town, where the whispers know my name, dust chokes a wind sweet cry and the sky wears a stain. Whiskey bottles clink like bells in forgotten saloon graves. Each step stirs the tales of the damned and embraced. There's blood on the hollow sky, red as a setting sun. Echoes of a lonesome train where my redemption's none. No prayer left to whisper here under the cursed moon's rise. Just the ghosts of my past and the truth I despise. Fierce as wildfire, lost in a preacher's lie. Her vows turned to ash in a church that now just cries. Betrayal came like a dust storm, just the path I walked and the death I've earned. In the silence of the desert, I face what I've become, the edge of my deeds and the man I'm running from. An outlaw's life, the shadows fade with each setting of the sun. Revenge a bitter drought from which I can't unrun. There's blood on the hollow sky, my tale's fading light. I'm the ghost in the whispering wind, a specter in the night. This land holds my secrets like a lover's final sigh. It's bound to silence where even shadows die.
Edge of dust in a ghost town's embrace, where the shadows stretch and the coyotes howl. An old church burns, the steeple lost in space. Whiskey bottle clinks in the hand of the fowl. A lone whistle rides the wind from a distant train. Echoes carry tales of what I used to be. Gone with the outlaw heart beneath the cursing moon's light, hunting the horizon where my demons hide in plain sight. Love's a forgotten grave, sworn by blood to never part. Tonight my soul's the price I pay. Gone with the outlaw heart. Knows her secrets, keeps them close. Dust storms roar like the anger in my veins. She was the oasis, my reprieve, my dose. Her betrayal a noose woven from love's own chains. Silent deserts witnessed our vows crumble to dust. Her whisper, a serpent's left me broken, a shell of rust. Gone with the outlaw heart, chased by the shadows dark, running from the past where sorrow's etched its art. Love's a haunted tale in this land harsh and stark. Tonight I ride through hell. The man I've become at an unbearable cost. A showdown with my ghosts in the streets we start. Gunsmoke will be my host. Revenge, a bitter part. with the outlaw heart. With each beat I depart from the man I once was to fulfill destiny's chart. This journey ends where it did start, in the silence of the desert, gone with the outlaw heart. I left town with the sunrise burning low on my back, boots stained in blood, no trail, no map. A ring in my pocket, cold steel in my hand, and a name on my lips I won't speak again. Ashes on the saddle, smoke in my soul. I gave her love and she dug a hole, buried my heart by the old pine tree. Now I ride like a shadow no one sees. Barroom whispers said you ran with the law, took my gold, left the devil in awe. But I ain't here to pray or plead, just 6 shots and a cursed creed. Ashes on the saddle, fire in my chest. She lit the match and laid me to rest. Now I ride for justice, not for peace, and I'll find her trail dead or released. Moonlight on a hollow grave, her perfume still haunts the cave. I hear her voice in desert wind, saying, darling, don't you come again. Ashes on the saddle, wind in my hair, a ghost with a grudge, too far to care. When I ride, the sky turns rust, and I leave behind nothing but dust. Out where the whistle cuts the stillness of the night, under the moon's cold watchful light, lies a town with no name, shadows holding tight. Every star a secret, every breeze a sigh. Whiskey bottles clink in the grip of spectral hands, echoes of laughter, ghosts at play. Dust storms swirl where the old church no longer stands, this cursed land where daylight dares not stay. In the desert wind, where hearts are lost and sins are skinned, whispers roam on a vengeful gust. In this silent desert, trust is just dust. She was love wrapped in a riddle, a fleeting song, left me with a kiss laced with deceit. Promised forever, but by dawn she was gone. Footprints leading nowhere, a story incomplete. By the tracks they laughed with a plan so crude, her new lover and a bullet
my name. In the ghost of a town, solitude, solitude, a burning church, my heart aflame. Buried deep in the desert wind, where love's a ghost and hope has thinned. Echoes of a train, a distant rust. In this silent desert, love turns to dust. I saw her face, haunting the ruins, a spectral trace. Fired a shot into the howling dark, revenge, a bitter spark. Now I'm just a whisper in the desert wind, fate sealed by a love that's sin. This outlaw heart forever bound to a cursed silence in a ghost town found. So here I lay under starless skies, buried by the desert where my old love lies. Forgotten like the graves we never blessed. In the dust we find our final rest.
In the shadow of a burnout church spire, moon casts long shadows that old tales inspire. Whiskey bottle lays buried in the sands, while a lonesome train whistle moans through cursed lands. Hear the echoes from the silent grave, whispers of the love and the life they couldn't save. Every ghost town moon, these memories enslaved, riding on the winds, the echoes from the silent grave. She wore vengeance like a veil of night, her heart turned cold under the desert's blight. Betrayed by a lover with a lying kiss, now her shadow haunts the abyss. Hear the echoes from the silent grave, whispers of betrayal that no soul forgives. Under the ghost town moon, bound to misbehave, crying through the dust, the echoes from the silent grave. Stood there at the crossroads, pistol in her hand, faced the man who scorned her in this godforsaken land. Thunder cracked the silence as he took his final stand, a heart shattered louder than the gun she'd planned. Now she listens for the silent grave, the only peace she sought, the only thing she craves. Each ghost town moon, her spirit stands brave, whispering with the dust, the echoes from the silent grave. So let the wind carry this outlaw song, a ballad of a love that's dead and gone. In the silence of the night, she's never alone, her whispers roam where the wild winds have blown.
In the shadow of a ghost town, where the wind moans through the cracks, dusty bottles lie behind the bar, a haunt of broken packs. Old lanterns flicker dimly, casting shadows, drawing sins. Here sits a man with empty eyes where my dark tale begins. Oh, the whiskey tastes like fire, with whispers of the damned. Each sip a story of lost love and lives like desert sand. The devil's brew, it calls you to drown in your regrets. A bottle full of ghostly cries and smoky silhouette. He once loved a maiden fair with hair like golden wheat, but betrayal's knife came silently, left nothing but deceit. In the heat of silent deserts under scorched and starless skies, he lost his heart, his soul, his love amid the coyote cries. Oh, the whiskey burns like vengeance in a throat worn raw with grief. Each gulp a chapter of the past, each pause a brief relief. The devil's drink, a bitter balm for hearts that can't forget. A tumbler full of burning churches and sunsets bleeding red. Across the bar, a mirror cracked reflects his hollow face. A reckoning in broken glass, the past he can't erase. With each reflection, truth reveals beneath the whiskey's curse. The man who stares back through the shards wrought better and for worse. So here's to the devil's whiskey, to the pain that it consoles, to dusty graves and train whistles, to lost and wayward souls. Drink up, my friends, let's toast to fate, to nights that never end, where spirits walk in silence and broken hearts might mend.
Where the whistle cuts the silence of the plains, my boots stir dust from the bones of forgotten names. A town with windows like the hollows of dead men's eyes, echoes with stories of deceit and lovers' lives. Shadows, the church stands charred and cold, marked by the fire of the bitter truths untold. Dusty boots and smoke, whispers on the wind, to dance with ghosts in boots, where my sins are pinned underneath the moon, where my soul got broke. All that's left is the tale of dusty boots and smoke. That old saloon door still swings with a haunting creak. Well, whiskey drowned my vows and her memory grew weak. She loved a drifter whose shadow outlasted his stay.
pocket and a curse I can't betray. One fateful night by the light of a blood-red moon, her secret bloomed in the dark, a love forsaken too soon. Dusty boots and smoke riding through my veins, haunted by the echo of her last refrains. In the heart of the storm where my dreams awoke, all I follow is the trail of dusty boots and smoke. I'm standing here where the old crossroads align, a bottle in my grip, fate's bitter design. Her whispers in the gusts, the sand stings my face. In the land of the cursed, I accept my disgrace. Dusty boots and smoke, my redemption's fee. In this wasteland of sorrow, only ghosts are free. Revenge or forgive, the past in flames I stoke, walking on just a man with his dusty boots and smoke.
Under a blood-red sky, the town church met its fate. Old wood cracked like the devil's laughter, echoing hate. A lone raven circling as shadows began to mate. Whiskey bottles and dust storms at heaven's gate. Burn, burn the devil's church fire, flames dancing with my sins, a ghostly choir. Betrayals heat upon the wind, whispering low in the ashes of love. Only cursed had passed to go. She was the preacher's girl, eyes wild with restless dreams. We loved beneath the steeple, hidden from moonlight beams. But her heart was a pendulum, swinging twixt extremes. Left me for another on the midnight train screams. Burn the devil's church fire, each ember a memory of lost desire. Through the smoke of her leaving, I see her face in the glow of the ruins, her empty embrace. Calling, stirring the grave. The church bell tolled once for each deceitful play. In the heart of the fire, I saw my way. Burn, burn the devil's church fire. My heart's revenge a pyre, climbing higher. From this haunted desert, no more I'll roam. In the silence of the ashes, I find my home.
Shadow of the mesa, where the cold winds never rest, a bottle lay beside him, amber proof of his quest. A lonely train whistle cuts through the cursed night air, in a town too dead for dying, no salvation anywhere. No mercy in the lost love, no tears left to cry. The stars above unblinking, cold in the desert sky. Whispered vows, now ashes, scattered in the breeze. Nothing left but to haunt this ghost town's memory. He rode with a heart full, left with it torn apart. Her lies were like a razor, slicing through his heart. A church once stood as witness, now in embers it lays, her silhouette in the doorway, as the organ softly played. No mercy in the lost love, burned dreams at his feet, echoes of old footsteps down the empty street, promises like tumbleweeds rolling out of sight, in the cool relentless There's a road that cuts through the heart of the desert, lined with the bones of the stories untold. Whiskey bottles and dust-storm devils, echoes of train whistles haunting and cold. A church on the hillside, it's burning in silence. Ghost town secrets where the cursed lands unfold. Lonely road and smoke, where my demons provoke. The shadows cast long by the sins I revoke. This outlaw's heart beating under the moon's croak, on that lonely road, wrapped in whispers and smoke. Was a lover who lied beneath the dead oak. Her promises as empty as a forgotten grave. In her eyes a tempest, and in her words a choke of a tale so twisted it's told by the brave. Left me for dead in a land that God never spoke. Now her ghost in the mirror of the choices I gave. I nurse is a path laid out by the turn of her curse. My heart's branded deep with the black of her hearse. But tonight at the crossroads, I'll settle this verse. Each verse and chorus of the song paints a vivid picture of a haunting journey filled with betrayal and loss, setting the stage for a final, dramatic confrontation with fate.